Inside the inner solar system, one world glides closer to the sun than we do. Wrapped in blinding clouds, Venus. From a blazing crescent it swells in view, limb haze thick as wool, deck upon deck of storms. Dawn breaks at the cloud tops. Golden light rakes across sulfuric swells, gravity waves marching in long bands, while winds outrun the planet's own slow spin. Dive toward the South Pole, and an immense double vortex turns like a churning hourglass, filaments sinking into a dark eye before bursting back into the flow. From Earth's evening sky, Venus is the brilliant herald of night, an ember hung above a cobalt horizon. Zoom closer and phases shift from slim crescent to gibbous glow, revealing the shrouded globe within. Then hold on the planet itself, half-lit, slowly rotating the wrong way. A retrograde clockwork that defies expectation. Subtle, ultraviolet dark patches drift across the bright deck, hints of chemistry still under debate. This is our destination, a near twin in size, utterly alien in mood, where the atmosphere rules. Light sculpts the wind, and every view invites us deeper into the mystery of Earth's brightest neighbor. Venus stands almost Earth-sized, yet wrapped in blinding clouds. Side by side, the scale fools the eye. Beneath that bright veil lies a different world. Dense haze hugs the limb, scattering sunlight. As we arc away from Earth, Venus claims the frame, inviting a closer examination. From above the solar system, Venus traces a near circular path inside Earth's orbit. Phases swing as our viewing angle shifts. The sun sits slightly off-center. Shadows remain true. Over months, geometry alone changes the face of this world, rhythm set by distance and light. Above the cloud tops, the sun drifts the wrong way. Venus spins in slow retrograde, a clock that runs backward. The planet turns lazily while winds below rush past. That contrast defines the system: a sluggish body, a restless atmosphere, energy redistributed by perpetual, racing air. Alone in space, Venus keeps no moon and wears no rings. The camera pans through empty orbital lanes and quiet star fields. Isolation simplifies the story we are about to tell. No tides from a companion, no debris bands. Only gravity, light, and an atmosphere that dominates everything. Near the surface, the air is a crushing ocean of carbon dioxide. Heat shimmers above fractured rocks. The horizon blurs under dense haze. Pressure stacks upon pressure, temperature upon temperature. Every stone glows with thermal load. It is a searing lesson in what a runaway greenhouse can do. Peel back the clouds and three main layers emerge. Milky sulfuric droplets hang in towering decks, sunlight grazing through in soft shafts. Wisps, sheets, and diffuse curtains reveal a vertical architecture. Then the view seals itself again, the planet restoring its smooth, opaque skin to the cosmos. High above, super-rotation takes command. Streaked clouds whip around the planet in a few days, outrunning the slow spin below. At the poles, paired vortices twist like colossal cyclones, folding and breathing. The entire atmosphere is a single engine, converting sunlight into global continuous wind. Without an internal magnetic field, Venus meets the solar wind with an induced magnetosphere. Field lines drape around a thick ionized layer, a bow shock forming upstream. Downwind, a long tail carries charged particles away. It is a shield by circumstance, thin and dynamic, sculpted by the sun. At the edge of space, the lightest atoms slip free. Hydrogen streams away first, the building block of water peeling off into the void. Heavier gases linger longer. Over ages, that slow leak changes the recipe of the air, a record of vanished oceans written in escape. Radar vision reveals a world of broad basalt plains and fractured highlands called tesserae. Low orbits skim over smooth lava sheets, then rise across ridged and cross-cut terrain. Differences in roughness and sheen hint at material contrasts. The planet's surface reads like layers pressed and reworked. Coronae and rift zones mark the crust with rings, domes, and belts of extension. Annular fractures curve around uplifted centers, while long valleys split the plains. These patterns point to hot upwellings and crustal stretching. The scene glows under oblique light, a map of forces from below. Maat Mons towers over volcanic plains. Caldera rims stack like steps, and long flows run down to the lowlands. Even in still images, the edifice feels active, built by pulses of magma from deep beneath. Warm, low sunlight carves every ridge, giving scale to this massive volcano. Between orbital passes, a vent near Maat Mons subtly changes. A dark patch grows, shape reshaped by new flows. At night, a faint glow hints at residual heat. By day, the scene looks freshly painted in basalt. On the night side, scattered hot spots wink through the haze. Steam-like plumes rise and fade, then darkness returns. Watch heat try to leave the surface. Infrared light rises, then scatters back downward inside the clouds, bouncing and diffusing. Each return warms the ground a little more. Over time, the feedback locks in. This is the signature of a runaway greenhouse, a furnace sustained by its own blanket. Above, sunlight filters like late afternoon. Far below, the surface remains lethal. Habitability here is a narrow balcony in the sky. Roll the clock back, shallow seas flash and steam away. The sun brightens and clouds thicken, trapping more heat. Oceans vanish, rocks bake, and the air swells with carbon dioxide and sulfur. The graceful globe we see today is the final state of that long climatic transformation. From Earth, Venus acts like a living clock. Over months, the crescent grows fat, then thins again as it loops around the sun. The first landers plunged through yellow haze on parachutes, survived minutes in an oven, and sent back stony vistas. Balloons sailed the cloud layer and rode the winds. Those missions wrote the opening pages of our direct exploration of Venus. Magellan drew the global map with radar, strip by strip. As passes accumulated, bright mountains and dark plains assembled into a mosaic. Hidden geology came into focus. Volcanic fields, rifts, and tesserae stitched across a nearly complete globe. A foundation for every question we still ask today. Venus Express lingered to read the air. It watched night glow at the limb and measured changing sulfur dioxide. It traced winds and temperatures layer by layer, building a moving portrait of the atmosphere. From polar loops, it showed how a planet without oceans can still circulate like a sea. Akatsuki switched to the language of clouds. Different filters revealed waves that stand still against the flow, and a giant bow-shaped feature crossing the dayside. Tracking those patterns exposed the engine of super rotation. Motion alone told the story. The winds wrote lines no map could. Picture the Da Vinci probe dropping through the haze. Instruments sample chemistry, temperature, and pressure on the way down. Visibility grows in the lower layers. The surface looms harsh and broken. The data will tie cloud to ground and reset baselines for models. A direct profile through the planet's air. Veritas will fly sharp-eyed radar to refine the map. Heights, textures, and thermal hints will resolve with new clarity. Strip maps will sketch unexplored corridors. We will search for changes between passes, evidence of activity, and the ties between deep structure and the skin we see. Envision will combine radar and spectroscopy to link crustal processes with surface expressions. A flithrow connects layers from the interior to coronae, rifts, and plains. Then the view returns to a polished globe. Together with other missions, it aims to turn hypotheses into measurements across an alien twin. Beneath the clouds, heat and pressure swallow the horizon. Rocks blur in haze, then we lift through amber curtains back into the calm golden overcast. On the night side, a faint green night glow lines the rim. Deep inside the deck, silent flashes ripple like distant storms, the winds carrying their afterglow away. The planet breathes in motion. Cloud bands lap the globe in days. Polar vortices pulse. UV shadows drift. The Terminator slides on, day surrendering to dusk. We pull back. Inner orbits sketch pale threads around the sun as Venus shrinks to an evening lantern bright, steady, and strange. One last sliver. A razor crescent backlit by soft corona, then silhouette and silence. Like and subscribe to Galaxy Vision for more space stories.